Hello again, this is Tom from the Spatial Heritage Review with another video showing you how to optimize a 3D scan. This time I'm going to introduce you to RapidPipeline, and you can check RapidPipeline out at rapidpipeline.com. It's a commercial service with various paid plans, and the folks at RapidPipeline have given me some free credits to make this demonstration. So RapidPipeline is a cloud-based platform for optimizing your 3D assets. And in this case, I want to optimize a 1 million face 8K textured 3D scan that I've exported from my photogrammetry software. And I want to create a 50,000 face 4K textured model. So what I'm going to do is this is what you see on RapidPipeline when you log in. Nice big area to drop your files. I'm not going to go into huge detail because there's a lot to do with this platform that we could talk about. Maybe I'll do a more in-depth video another time. But to begin with, all I'm going to do is drag my files onto the site and upload them, which will take a few minutes. And once the files have uploaded, RapidPipeline will begin analyzing them. There we go. So uploading the file took about a minute or so, and then analyzing it took about, 15-20 seconds. So now it's ready to be optimized. And you can see that RapidPipeline has grabbed a number of polygons and then output kind of the total file size for this asset. So once you've uploaded your file, you can select it and then click this Run 3D Processor button, and this brings up a whole list of presets that you can begin running on that particular asset. And there are lots of different options. For example, we can filter them by application, so a game engine, a planning tool, metaverse engine, Lens Studio, so if you're looking to output a file for a particular software. There are also presets for that as well. And for each preset, I'm going to be, in this case, using the game engine mid-res preset. You can spin down the arrow there, and it will give you a summary of what will happen to your asset. The resolution, in this case, will be adapted to 50,000 faces, no mesh compression, 2K textures, texture format PNG, etc., etc. And what's nice is that you can then go down into this preset and make adjustments and tweaks as you like. So I'm going to keep the face count at 50,000, but increase the texture resolution to 4K. You could set a megabyte limit for the total file size if you wanted. Again, I'll just look at show you the ones that are already selected. Other options: removing small geometry, discarding animations, rotating the file if it's come out of particular software where Z is up or Y is up. You can adjust that in the process. The asset simplification options, whether you want adaptive polygon distribution or equalized, vertex merging distance, preserving the boundary, texture baking quality, whether you want to bake normal maps or AO maps. Very useful. In this case, I'm not going to. Atlas factor, so how many kind of textures do you want to output for your, so as in how many texture maps do you want to split the texture information across. Scrolled a bit too far. And then finally, you can also adjust the files that you want to output. So in this case, for this preset, the outputs are GLB, USDZ. You can select and adjust these to all the most common modern file formats. Compression, choose your texture format from JPEG to WebP, etc. And you can even customize that per channel. We're only outputting a color map, so we don't need to bother about that. And file 3, so you have 3 output files from the input file. So after you've made any changes, you can clear them or save it as a new preset, and then it will appear in your own presets. So once you've made all the decisions and choices, you can just click Run 3D Processor. And the nice thing is that you can upload multiple assets at the same time, and then you can select multiple assets at the same time, and then you can run concurrent processes on assets at the same time. So you could be outputting files for your game engine, for the Apple Vision Pro, for desktop viewing, etc., all in one go, and it all happens in the cloud, so you don't kind of have to wait for this to happen on your computer. So that's kind of been happening in the background, and it probably won't take too long. Okay, so that process probably took about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Obviously, it would take longer if your input data is a lot heavier, or you have more 3D processors running at the same time. It would take a bit longer. Okay, so there's a little break in this video, and I'll explain that now. When I ran the preset, when I checked the 3D model, there was an error in the output. One of the textures didn't bake. So I contacted the RapidPipeline team, and they identified the bug and are working on a fix. But in the meantime, I was able to rerun the 3D processor successfully by switching on one of the other settings. So I asked it to bake a normal map, and with the Atlas baking. So the output file size that you can see here, 7 megabytes compared to the 163 input. It took probably only a few minutes, as I said, and we can click and have a look at the output. So there's lots of nice features in RapidPipeline that I won't go into in this video, but I'll just point out a few that I quite enjoy. You can click on the processed output and have a look in this 3D viewer. You can switch to different viewing modes, so whether that's albedo or normal maps if you bake them. It will give you a readout of the different files, and then there's some quality control that you get, automated quality control based upon what RapidPipeline, how they review your work. But you can also click these handy little icons as well to open this nice view, which I think is quite handy, where you can review. When I slide it this way, this is the original asset, and then slide over, I can see the optimized asset, so you can visually compare the silhouettes and other features from different viewpoints. Very handy, I think. A nice feature. We can scroll down. You can look at the scale of your 3D model. This is my fault because I didn't input the right scale, but if you did, that's where it would read out. Other metadata about the file. If I go up to the top as well, just indicate this as well, so you can see it. You can click Create Embed, so then you can obviously see about your file, but you can add logos, different backgrounds to your scene, adjust the color, that kind of thing. Gradients, if it's a gradient, that kind of thing. What else? Adjust the lighting, sharpness, add a ground shadow. Lots of fun things you can edit. Whether you want to configure augmented, virtual reality, lots of settings there that you can add and update. Camera, things like bloom and exposure and things like that. And then you can publish this, and then you have a link that you can send to people, and they can view the model on screen in AR and VR as well. Maybe I'll do another video with a bit more information, but all in all, I think this is turned out very nicely, and it's very, very easy to use. I'll put a link to the output 3D model. I'll put all of the 3D models on Sketchfab from the different optimization processes I've used, so you can compare them. But I hope this has been a good introduction to RapidPipeline.